I'm Todd Matthews, pleased to be able to welcome back Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. For many years now, we have presented Ask the Lawyer at this point on Wednesday mornings, answering questions largely supplied by you. And if you'd like to send in a question, I'll tell you how to go about that here momentarily as well. But first, we'll get into today's question, and I'd like you to help me introduce Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. Good morning, Bruce.
Hey, good morning, Todd. How you doing this morning?
Excellent, excellent. How about you?
I'm doing fantastic, thank you.
If you'd asked me that same question yesterday, you would have gotten a different answer. I had a really hard time coming off of the 3-day weekend, but I feel like I'm back into the swing of things this morning.
Well, that's good news.
So good news is kind of your specialty. At least that's what I've been telling everybody, in the sense that you usually have something optimistic to bring to the table with these sometimes very complicated, thorny legal issues. And we've got another one of those today. Are you ready to dive into it?
I'm ready, Todd.
All right, here we go. Our email says the following. My 17-year-old son was driving on Casada Avenue when a pickup truck pulling a trailer made an illegal U-turn and struck him. Ooh, that's not a smart road to be making a U-turn with a trailer, that's for sure. The driver was ticketed, but their insurance company now says my son was driving too fast for conditions, which is untrue. He has a fractured spine and torn ligaments and is going to miss school for weeks. We carry full coverage, including uninsured motorist protection, but the bills are already piling up. Can a lawyer help challenge this? I'm sure this is something you've dealt with multiple times, Bruce. How would you handle something like that?
First of all, the answer is an experienced personal injury lawyer could definitely help this poor individual.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. Number two is, it's getting to be old news, but almost every week we hear the insurance company say, "We never pay."
I quoted you earlier on that as a matter of fact, for being a famous quote of the insurance companies. It's funny you say that.
So in this particular case, the other driver was definitely at fault.
Okay.
Now, in Florida, we have what's called comparative negligence. So at worst, our injured person could be a small percentage at fault. Let's say 10% at fault, which still means that he would be entitled to 90% of the full value of his claim.
Okay.
But the word "too fast for conditions" is really very nebulous. It's not a legal term.
Oh.
They have to have some proof. They can't say, "Well, he was speeding, so we're not at fault." They have to have some hard evidence. Now, if those people called me, I would have their black box removed and find out exactly what the speed was.
Oh.
Because if the speed was within the limits, then he's absolutely entitled to 100% of his damages.
Okay.
If it was over the limit, we don't need to tell the insurance company that information unless they had subpoenaed the black box.
Sure.
But I think this individual needs to see an experienced personal injury lawyer as soon as possible, and he's entitled to recover for his damages, which is his medical bills in the past, the medical bills he's going to incur in the future, his pain and suffering in the past, pain and suffering in the future, and other intangible damages.
Right. Now, I always forget about the black box being in most modern vehicles and that kind of thing. If this particular vehicle ended up, in a tow yard somewhere, who knows what could happen? So you kind of need to get on that fast.
Exactly. That's why the first thing you should do is call an experienced personal injury lawyer, put the case in his hands, and he'll guide you through it.
All right. Just what I was hoping to hear. Some good news possibly coming out of this bad situation. Appreciate that.
It's my pleasure, Todd. You always have interesting questions, and I always look forward to chatting with you and the audience on Wednesday mornings.
And I'm sure we'll have another one next week for you. In the meantime, take care. Say hi to everybody for us.
Okay. Thanks, Todd.
Take care. Bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. And if you would like to submit a question for future consideration, it's not that hard to do. You simply go to our website, put Bruce in the keyword search box. It'll take you where you need to go. If you've got an injury, in this case, somebody in the family's been injured, bypass what I just said and call the Port Charlotte office of Associates and Bruce L. Scheiner. That number is 941-743-7777. 941-743-7777. Be sure to tell them that Todd Matthews sent you.